all about swatches for this butterfly. Now, what I'm going to be showing you is a bunch of little steps to accomplish this. Now, you can do some of the steps or you can do all of the steps. That's up to you, or whatever image you are coloring. Let's say it's a tiny bitty image. You might not want to do everything. On this one, I'm going to show you flicking, underpainting, overpainting, and of course, Bravo combination on how to get this blend from, actually we start over here from the yellow, which is YR23, all the way to YG03. I will also show you how to accomplish this little body that looks like little balls of the butterfly. So show me your projects. I would love to see them. Go ahead and post them in the Facebook or Instagram. Tag me. Anyway, I'm Elena with violetaink.com, and we sell Copic markers, refills, nibs, and Prismacolor pencils. Thank you. Okay, so tiny mistake. I did not start recording until this moment, so you didn't see the underpainting, but we have other wings, so you'll be able to see it. So I already did B000 to underpaint. On top of it, I'm doing YR23, YR21, and YR20. Now I'm being very careful with YR20 because it's the one that is going to overlap with YG01, and it is a larger image, so we need enough ink for it to blend. Now we're gonna go with YG03, and this is where you can design how you want your butterfly. Do you want the butterfly to have green all the way down or only on the top? I decided this time it's only gonna be on the top, not going all the way to the bottom of the wing. So this is YG03, is not underpainted. And now on top of it, we're going with YG01. And as you can see, I am dragging the nib in here because I want to go slow and I want to deposit a lot of ink. Now we're gonna leave it alone. Don't touch it. Let it work by itself. Now you're gonna see the underpainting. I am building a fence and then building another fence over here where I'm gonna be flicking away from. I am flicking away from the fence, going towards, like flicking towards the end of the wing. And this is the same direction that we're gonna use for all the flicks. Well, the ones that start with YR. Building another fence and flicking away from it. I feel that YR is a little bit more staining than the B, and that's why I went right away flicking instead of building the fence on the bottom of the butterfly, of the wing, because YR has some red on it. So red is always going to be staining. This is YR21. At this moment is when I'm realizing that my markers are dry. I usually refill them every single time that I use them. I put them aside, I weight them, and I clean them. Believe it or not, I do clean my markers, even though they never look like they're clean. And I don't know why this one is dry. You can see the flicks, like right there. You can see those flicks are dry. I was not sure if it was me, if I was adding too much, if I was pressing too hard, or what. So here, this is YG03, and I'm flicking. I'm gonna build the fence first. Kind of trying to see for them to match a little bit. That's the good thing with butterflies. They don't have to match. They do whatever they want with their wings, and they're all rebels. But I kind of wanted it to be even. If you hear a little tippy 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 tippy, it's my dogs. They believe that they have to be present every time that I am doing voiceovers, and they like to comment, things like that. Anyway, this is YG01, and I'm leaving it alone. Now, as you see, I cut a little bit on the coloring because I went and refilled the markers because they needed to be refilled. So I am underpainting with B000. I am underpainting both wings. I am confident enough that that it won't be staining, that it won't be too strong. So I'm able to cover it with YR23, even though there's a little bit time going in between the two markers. So this is YR23. As you can see, now is juicy, now is refilled. This is YR23, and then on top of it, we're gonna go with YR21. I don't know, before it felt like the poor markers were screaming like, ah! Now they're like, flowy. It's more comfortable to color with them. I guess because I've been coloring so much, I'm able to tell, but it's good for you to see how I was struggling before and how the flicks were looking. They were not looking very good. Now we're gonna start with YG03. I decided to do more of the green and the bottom wings. So I'm building a fence. Yellow and green, they're not gonna be very staining. So that's why I decided, I'm gonna make the whole fence and then flick away from it. YG03 was refilled, but now I can see that I needed to change the nib. Because I use it so much. YG03 is one of my favorite markers, and I should have changed it blue. This is YG01. It goes on top of it, slower, making sure that it is touching YR20. And because I was not sure it was enough ink, so I'm switching here between the two. That's gonna give us a very nice uniform blend. Now we're gonna start the other side with YR23, and as you can see, it covers it very well. It covers the underpainting very well. This is YR21. You know, for being markers that have so much colorless blender, you would think they would be wimpier, but it has red. That is why it looks great. Unlike my flicks here that do not look great. Because I didn't move the paper. That's what it is. I did not move the paper. I should have. Now we're gonna build a fence with YG03. And at this moment, if you wanted to, you could make the wing longer, or you know, add some ruffles to it, add more you know, those little legs that sometimes butterflies have. I think that's the male butterfly. Anyway, you could do that. That's why I always print these butterflies in gray instead of black, so I can just change whatever I want to change. And if I make a little mistake, like I go over, it won't be that noticeable. So this will be the wings are done. You don't have to do anything else other than do the body of the butterfly. So you don't have to do more. Remember we talked about how we were gonna do this in steps. You already underpainted and did a rebel combination. That could be enough. Now I'm gonna be doing a combination of C6, C4, and C2 to give this the body of the butterfly more, the round shape. We're starting with C06. Make sure you build a fence here. You do need it. And you can make it look darker or lighter, or as if the light is hitting it differently. It's up to you. However you want to color it, it's fine. This one is C2. I learned to skip a number when I do these kind of combinations from Amy. So for longest time, I only had C10, 8, 6, 4, and 2. Now I have the others, but I still don't use them much. So every single piece of the body is going to get the same treatment. The same little treatment, C8, C4. No, C6, C4. We didn't use C8. And this one is C2. And yes, it's gonna take a little while to do all the little part of the butterfly, but again, you don't have to do it. You could just do the whole thing gray. You don't have to add that little detail, little steps. The C06, tiny bitty flicks. C4, bitty bitty of C2. This is C6. C4, and just to end it, C2. Now I'm using C6 just for the antennas is what I'm thinking, but what's the word in English? Horns? No, I don't think it's it. Anyway, so I have dark purple Prismacolor pencil, and it's tiny, but I use them all the way until they're tiny bitty babies and I cannot use them anymore. And I use these pencil extenders from Amazon. I'll put the link in the description box. Bestest ever pencil sharpener. So we're starting with dark purple. I am going to overpaint so we can give the illusion that the wings are under the body. So I'm not pressing hard at all. Pencil also gives you the chance to make those lines straighter, to give them more definition. It's for the details. So we are making sure that the top wing it looks like it's under the body and under the bottom wing. So I am adding more dark purple, but do it slowly. As you can see here, it takes me a while. Now I'm going on the other side. You can see as soon as you add dark purple, it starts pushing the object, and of course makes your lines cleaner. Building a fence, and then lambs wooing. Lambs wooing. Lambs wooing. I think it's lambs wooing. Those little circles that I'm making, that's what it's called. So, overpainting. You don't have to do it. The butterfly just with Copic look great. This is another step. If you want to do it, it will give you beautiful results. Once I learned to do it, I just never went back to not using pencil, even if it's just a little bit, even if it's just for the little tiny corners that I want them to look deeper. Now I always use it. I buy actually dark purple by the 24, 36, something like that, because we sell it a lot in the store. After I told them to buy it, because this is the perfect pencil. That one, and here it goes. Super sharp, dark indigo. And yes, the dark purple will be for warm kind of colors, and the indigo will be for the cool colors. But you could combine them, and it makes a pseudo black, which is gonna give it deeper. But don't use it everywhere. Use it just in like the little corners. I am not sure if I used it in the little corners. Let's see. Did I use it on top of dark purple? No. I guess I decided not to. Now, this is the last part. Another step. This is the Sharpie water base in white. It's extra fine point. I'm just adding some highlights, and that's it. That's gonna be all our coloring for today. Don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you next week. Thank you. Bye.